others off of it. I'm grateful that the fire still burns just as bright today and that this organization has let me chase that fire for well over a decade. Nothing excites me more than continuing to chase greatness with everyone here on and off the field. Let's get to work. Hashtag year 16.
I love Larry Fitzgerald.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure, but this is huge for Josh Rosen and for Kingsbury to have a veteran like Larry Fitzgerald, who's unique all on his own, but coming back and being in that situation and offering some stability. I think it's really important.
My two favorite humans in the league. Let's take Brady out. That's unfair. But I would say Brady, Fitzgerald, Russell Wilson. Just love them as people. I love Larry Fitzgerald. He did a sideline interview about a year ago. Remember, I came on the air the next day. He did a sideline interview. He was fascinating. He travels the world. He gave these incredible answers on the sideline. You're like, very rarely do I watch a pro athlete and think, I want to go to dinner and ask him 100 questions.
Well, he's very low-key
Oh,
guy,
he's the best.
He's very consistent. Like I said, he's a first-round Hall of Famer. He's number 2 in career receiving yards behind Jerry Rice by more than 6,000 yards, but he could still pass Tony Gonzalez for second on career receptions list. He needs 23 catches to pass Tony, so all-time great.
Good stuff. Joy Taylor with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
All right, overtime rules got Joy and I arguing. Let's go to Nick Wright via the Cowherd Global Satellite Network. Co-host First Things First. I've spit out my overtime belief system that football's not about fairness. College football's got a mythology of fairness, but in the end, the less exhausted team wins. What do you make of overtime? What would you do?
Well, college football's overtime is entertaining, but it's absurd. It'd be entertaining to have NBA overtime go to a 2-on-2 contest or a horse competition, but we don't do that. Like, college football overtime, throw that out. And I say this as someone from Kansas City who the most heartbreaking sports loss of my life was Sunday. A Sunday that when it looked like the Patriots were going to win before Patrick Mahomes mounted the comeback, you called me, and for the first time in our relationship, I gave you the bleep you button, not answering this. And so I have all the reason to be bitter about the way that game ended. But overtime, the goal of sports is to win in regulation. If it goes to overtime, you have failed your goal. Fairness goes out the window. There was nothing unfair about the way that game ended for Kansas City. And by the way, they had a 3rd and 10 to force a punt. And where then a field goal would win it for them. Then another 3rd and 10 to force a punt. Once again, where a field goal would win it for them. Then a 3rd and 10 to force a field goal where a touchdown would win it for them. They had 3 opportunities to get off the field, and they simply couldn't do it. I have no issue with the NFL overtime whatsoever. The numbers that you were alluding to earlier are this. The same percentage of teams that win home versus road in regulation win home versus road in overtime under the new format. I do like that they eliminated that a field goal could win it on the very first possession.
Yeah.
Now that they've tweaked that, they don't need to tweak anything else.
By the way, the D Ford play didn't get nearly the discussion. It wasn't the talking point of the pass interference call. But the D Ford play got people fired. And Patrick Mahomes could very well be Dan Marino. I don't think it will happen, but Marino in his second year was MVP, set records, and never got back. There are clear obstacles in the AFC, and frankly, in his own division with the Chargers. The impact of D Ford, to me, is the most under-talked, discussed play of the weekend. You're from Kansas City. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's the most tragic sports moment of my life. I mean, your golden god, Tom Brady, throws his 3rd awful interception of the game. Up to that point, Brady had been the weak link in the game for the Patriots. D Ford lines up 6 inches off sides, and then Brady does his Michael Myers act, which is, oh, you didn't actually kill me? Now I'll kill you. From that moment forward, he completed 5 passes. They were all for first downs. 4 of those 5 were on 3rd down. 3 of those 5 were 3rd and 10s. He was perfect from that moment forward. But of course, listen, narratives all change based on that moment right there. Whether it's Andy Reid's legacy, Bob Sutton's job, Patrick Mahomes would have been one game away from completing the single greatest quarterbacking season ever, full stop. Not for a young quarterback, first year for any quarterback ever. But instead that happened, and so just add it to the list of Chiefs heartbreak. But I'm glad you're giggling about it as I want to come through the screen at you right now.
Well, you're just a very talented, funny guy. All right, we got two approaches. The Rams went trades, divas, free agency, high risk. The Patriots are system. Mostly players take pay cuts or they're gone. There are two approaches. I mean, it's really old guard, new guard. What do you make of that? What going forward, which one wins? Your takeaway on really the dichotomy of the way both these were built.
Well, knowing what you know about me, which one do you think I like?
The Stars.
I love that what the Rams have done is working. I love it. I've always believed locker room chemistry is overrated. Give me talent. And what you're seeing is they did, I think, a smart thing, which is a lot of the locker room issue guys, Talib, Peters, Sue, on one side of the ball with the veteran D coordinator, and on the other side of the ball is a much more, I would say, stable group led by their major free agent acquisition 2 years ago, Andrew Whitworth, their excellent left tackle. They trade for Brandon Cooks. He's never been a personality issue. I think what the Rams are doing is more duplicable than what the Patriots are doing. What the Patriots infrastructure needs is the greatest coach ever, one of the most selfless athletes ever in Brady, who doubles as the greatest quarterback ever, and the infrastructure of we've been here for 20 years. I think a lot of people can do what the Rams did. The team you mentioned that all of a sudden is going to be the Dolphins of the 80s, I'm not assigning it to them yet. The Chiefs should take that approach next year. You still got Mahomes on his rookie deal. Your offense is set. Bring in a bunch of mercenaries on defense and kickstart this team into a true Super Bowl, not only contender, but favorite. I love what the Rams are doing, and I think if they're going to win this Super Bowl, that defense is going to have to be great. Your guy Brady's only lost 10 career playoff games, which is crazy. Been to 9 Super Bowls, 10 playoff losses. Only 2 of them have been in a shootout. The Peyton Manning comeback in 2006 and last year's Super Bowl. Every other Patriots playoff loss, they've been held to 21 or fewer. The way to beat these guys, it's very difficult, but it's to stymie their offense, not to try to keep up with it.
By the way, you know what? I was just thinking about this as you talked. The Warriors drive you crazy. They're going to win again. The Patriots drive you nuts. They could win again. You love Westbrook, and he's now the second best player on his team. That's not even arguable right now. It has been a rough couple years. I just want to say thank you for holding it together. You have had a terrible 2-year run.
Oh, I thought there was a question.
No.
Oh, it's just you taunting me. Okay, that's fun. All right, so here's this. I would like, if you could, if my friends John Galley or Sam Batesh or any of the great Dave Pagan production folks, if you could just run back at some point in the show this amazing Colin Cowherd quote, which is, you know my 2 favorite people in sports? Throw out Brady. Well, Tom Brady, you couldn't even help yourself. You were trying to list Russell Wilson and Larry Fitzgerald. And then you were like, wait, but I can't leave out Brady. I can't not mention Brady. I shouldn't mention Brady. Throw out Brady. First, Tom Brady. Everyone knows it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
Just ridiculous. Yeah, listen, it's fun to be you. Just pick the favorites every year. Just, who do I got? I got the Warriors. I got the Patriots. I think Duke's going to be good. Real fun. Way to go out on a ledge, Cowherd.
Nick Wright, first things first. Good seeing you, buddy. That whole loyalty thing.
This next time you call me, same thing. the goodbye button.
He did. He just goodbyed me all weekend. I wasn't taunting him. I was just reminding him that they were going to lose to the Patriots. I was consoling him. Exactly. I wanted to help my friend who was losing to my favorite team of all time in a humiliating fashion. Coming up next, at this time of the year, I always feel the same way about sports my whole life, except this year. And I'll explain that coming back. Sleep, unfortunately, for a lot of people, formerly me, can be a real struggle. And Joy, are you a good sleeper, Joy?
Sometimes.
You're a
Sometimes.
thinker, though.
I like to sleep.
Yeah, so do I.
Whether I get to
Do you-
sleep
do
is
you
a different
nap?
situation. Not like I used to. I love a good nap, though.
Oh, it's the best.
So good.
Oh, the best. I do it on my Casper mattress. They have something called the Wave that's different than other premium mattresses. Advanced ergonomic system aligns your body at 33 points head to toe. So it gives you the support where you need it and the relief where you want it. And the Wave, 5 layers, premium foam, highly responsive. It gets rid humidity fighting wool infused cover, regulates the temperature. Try it right now, the Casper Wave, 100 nights risk free. They'll even ship it for free and give you the free white glove delivery and setup included. Just go to Casper.com/wave, code HERD. Terms and conditions apply. Fees could apply in Hawaii and Alaska. Casper.com/wave, code is HERD.
Okay, one more.
Make this a keeper, Benji.
Hold it sideways.
I think my eyes
Get
were
everybody
closed.
in,
One
Benji.
more.
Get everybody in. Yeah.
Don't forget to
Did you get it, Ben?
my camera.
I think you got it.
Ready.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings beer.